Once upon a time, in a quiet little town surrounded by hills and rivers, there lived a boy named Daniel. Daniel was kind and gentle, but he had one big weakness. He never valued time. Every morning his mother would call, "Daniel, wake up, the sun is rising." But Daniel would roll over in bed and mutter, "Just 5 more minutes." Those 5 minutes would turn into 20, and by the time he got up, the morning was already half gone. When he had homework, Daniel would always say, "I'll do it later." When his friends invited him to play, he would say, "Maybe tomorrow." And when opportunities came knocking, Daniel would smile and reply, "There's plenty of time, I'll think about it." At first it seemed harmless. After all, he was only a boy, but slowly his habit of wasting time began to affect everything in his life. One bright morning, the school announced a painting competition. Daniel loved to draw, and everyone knew he was talented. His best friend Emma encouraged him, "Daniel, you should join, you'll win for sure." Daniel smiled and said, "Of course I will, but I still have a week, so I'll start tomorrow." The next day he postponed again. "I'll sketch tomorrow, then again. I'll paint later." By the time the competition day arrived, Daniel had nothing prepared. He watched as Emma proudly displayed her colorful picture of a sunrise. Other children showed their work too. Daniel stood empty-handed, his heart sinking. That night he whispered to himself, "If only I had started earlier." But still he didn't change. One afternoon, while wandering through town, Daniel entered a little workshop he had never noticed before. It was filled with clocks of every kind, big ones, small ones, golden ones, wooden ones. Behind the counter sat an old man, carefully polishing the gears of a pocket watch. He looked up and smiled kindly. "Welcome, young boy, I am a clockmaker. Do you know the value of time?" Daniel shrugged. "Time? Well, there's always more of it tomorrow, isn't there?" The clockmaker's eyes twinkled. "Ah, that's where you are wrong. Tomorrow is not promised. Let me show you something." He handed Daniel a strange golden watch. Its hands moved faster than normal, spinning round and round. "This," the man explained, "is the watch of life. Every tick represents a moment of your time. Once a tick is gone, it never returns. Listen carefully." Daniel held the watch to his ear. Tick, tick, tick. The sound was steady, almost like a heartbeat. Suddenly he felt uneasy. The old man leaned closer. "Tell me, Daniel, what would you do if you lost a gold coin every second? Would you waste them?" "Of course not," Daniel exclaimed. "I would use them wisely." The clockmaker nodded. "And yet, every moment of your life is more valuable than gold. Still, you let them slip away." Daniel lowered his eyes. For the first time, he realized how carelessly he had been living. That night, Daniel had a dream. He found himself in a vast hall with giant hourglasses lined up on both sides. Each hourglass glowed softly, with golden sand trickling down inside. In the middle of the hall stood a tall figure cloaked in silver light. The figure said, "Daniel, every person has their own hourglass. When the last grain of sand falls, their time on earth ends." Daniel looked around and saw one hourglass with his name on it. To his horror, the sand inside was already half gone. "No!" he cried. "There's still so much I want to do. Can't I turn it back?" The figure shook its head gently. "Time only flows forward. You cannot rewind it. Use what you have wisely." When Daniel woke up, sweat covered his forehead. The dream felt so real that his heart was racing. From that moment, he promised himself, "I will never waste time again." The very next morning, Daniel woke up before sunrise. He washed, dressed quickly, and helped his mother with chores before she even asked. At school, instead of waiting until the last minute, he began his work early. When his teacher announced another competition, this time a storytelling contest, Daniel smiled. "I'll start today." Every evening, he practiced writing and speaking. Emma noticed the change and said, "Daniel, you're different now." Daniel replied with a grin, "I finally understand how precious time is." On the day of the contest, Daniel stood confidently on stage and told a story from his heart. The audience clapped loudly, and he won first prize. As weeks passed, Daniel's new attitude brought more and more opportunities. He learned to play the guitar because he practiced a little every day. He improved his grades because he studied consistently. He grew closer to his friends because he made time to listen and help them. His teachers praised him. His parents were proud. Even his stepbrothers, who once teased him for being lazy, began to admire his determination. But most importantly, Daniel felt proud of himself. For the first time, he knew the joy of living fully. One evening, Daniel returned to the old clockmaker's shop. The golden watch was still there on the counter. The old man looked at him and smiled. "So, Daniel, have you learned the value of time?" "Yes, sir," Daniel said firmly. "Time is life itself. Every moment is a gift. If we waste it, we waste our life. But if we use it well, we can achieve anything." The clockmaker nodded in approval. "Then remember, my boy, money lost can be earned again. Health lost can sometimes be regained, but time lost is gone forever. Guard it carefully." Daniel bowed his head gratefully. He never saw the old man again, but the lesson stayed with him for the rest of his life. The value of time is greater than gold or jewels. Every moment is a treasure. If we use time wisely, we can grow, achieve, and create happiness. If we waste it, we lose opportunities forever. So, dear friend, as you close your eyes tonight and drift to sleep, remember Daniel's journey. Don't say, "I'll do it tomorrow." Don't delay your dreams. Begin today, because every tick of the clock is precious. And who knows? Like Daniel, you may discover that valuing time is the key to unlocking your brightest future.